baby, all day.
Which side? East side, west side?
That's the west side. That's right. That's 17 between Avenue C and the Boulevard. But you know who else was one of my neighbors? Arthur George R.R. Martin. You author of Game of Thrones, that's correct. He is from Bayonne. Yeah. And that explains all the incest.
Yes. You're not wrong.
It's true. It's true. And you know what? Let's think about it, right? It kind of explains the dragons, because I know growing up, you know a lot of guys that were chasing a dragon, right? Big time in Bayonne. Big time in Bayonne. You don't know what that means? A lot of heroin addicts in Bayonne. A lot of heroin addicts. It's true. Anyway, it's the holiday season. You guys been going to holiday parties?
Yeah, man.
I went to a holiday party the other day, right? I went into a friend of mine. It was actually Bayonne. I went into a friend of mine I haven't seen in 10 years, right? And all I could think is, I didn't say it, but I thought, I'm like, damn, he got fat. But then I saw the way he was looking at me. He was thinking the same thing. All right? You know, I'm 45. I've been lifting weights for 30 years. And I'm looking at the results, and I got to tell you, I must have been lifting the wrong way. So I turned myself into SpongeBob SquarePants, right? But you know what? 45 is not a bad age, man. I got to tell you, the only thing is, I didn't know what I signed up for. If you go to a doctor, it's like a whole new experience, right? Before I go to a doctor, they check the hood, right? Make sure the heart's working, everything's fine, right? Nowadays, you go straight for the trunk. You know what I'm talking about, right? A lot of backdoor action, okay? I go to the freaking doctor. He's back there, not gentle at all, by the way, not gentle at all. And he's like, Bobbie, I don't like what I see. I'm like, what? Am I missing a spare? He's like, no, you got to go to a specialist. So I go to a specialist, right? A lot more gentle. Uses lube. Talk to me nice. He didn't invite me out to dinner, but still. So he's there, he's looking, he's like, you know, Bobbie, see what he saw? Nothing to worry about. You're fine. So initially I'm happy, right? I go to the freaking parking lot, and I realize something. I just got passed around. That's right. Bobbie Bayonne is a victim of human trafficking. My max press is somewhere between probably like 380 to about 390. Because I bench 365 on a regular basis. If you want to work out, everybody, I'm down. I'll pump you up, bro. We get you swole, son. That's right. You know what? I promised myself when I came on stage today, I was going to get political. I wasn't going to tell you who I voted for. But I want you to know that I did my part to make America great again.
That's my guy.
That's right. That's right. But I got to tell you, I had to do it. I went to those Trump rallies, man. They're the friendliest people on the planet. They are. They kept saying, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? How can I not support this movement, right?
This is great material for Cranford.
But you know what, though? I'll tell you right now, I know people are saying, you know, Bobbie, you're Puerto Rican, how'd you vote for this guy? He's racist. And if he drops gas prices to $1.50, then you call me I won't say the slur. Then you call me a racial slur to my face. I don't care. We're going to drop that down, all right? Talking about racial slurs, you know, the only safe slurs out there are the ones for white people, okay? And I think they're the coolest ones, you know? Like, you've heard cracker, right?
Yes.
You know, for years, I'm talking about years, I thought they were calling you guys saltines. Right? Well, who doesn't like crackers? Show some cheese on it, it's delicious, right? And then somebody told me, he's like, no, Bobbie, it means cracking the whip. I gotta tell you, just made it cooler. Think about it, you go home at night and you crack the whip, right? Sort of like a fetish film, right? But then there's the other slur, right? And I used to love hearing it. You ever watch the Jeffersons? Yep. You know which slur I'm talking about? Honky. I gotta tell you, honky, because you know what? Because nobody can tell me what it means. And then this one girl told me, she's like, oh, Bobbie means white. So I had to ask her, what language? Hebrew. It's true, it's true. You're talking about Hebrew. I met this gorgeous Jewish chick back in the day. I loved her. I dated her. I thought we were going to do something. But she looked at me and she said, Bobbie, if this is going to go any further, one of us has to convert. And it ain't going to be me. I said, all right, you know what? I'll do it. For her, I'll do it. I'll renounce my religion.
Who's your favorite, like, you listen to Danzig?
Dancing? Dancing? 93, baby, all day. That's right. That's what I look like.
In Danzig.
Danzig?
Danzig, you know, mother?
93, mother 93, yes. Yes, I just said that.
He knows
I,
that. He
I remember
knows.
when he was in the Misfits, yes, yes. I'm from Bayonne, baby.
Bobbie!
So I went through the process, right? I even went and had a wrist. That's correct, Bobbie Bayonne was circumcised. I went through the entire process, but I failed the final exam. I could not balance my checkbook. But I gotta tell you, I have no result. I got no regrets. No regrets, because they're right. It does make it look bigger. It does. You know, before it looked like an egg roll. Or maybe like a Jedi with his hood on, right? Now, that reminds me of Darth Vader. Got a helmet. It's regal. If you're wondering, it is black. I should, right? It's not that kind of show. Apparently it's clean, right? Apparently it's clean. You know what? I went to an Italian Thanksgiving this year. I had a great time at the Macalusos. I've known him for years, right?
What?
Known him for years. But eventually, the grandmother looks at me. She says, Bobbie, what part of the booty are you from? My son starts laughing. He's like, Bobbie's not Italian. He's Puerto Rican. The look of betrayal. You know, it was palpable. She said, well, but we let him into the front door. Bobbie, you know the neighbors, they talk. But you know what, my first girlfriend was Italian. It's true. Loved her, gorgeous girl. One problem is, she told me that her father only wanted her to date Italian boys. So I was like, all right, well, what part of Italy is from? Well, his parents, you know, my grandparents are from Sicily. So I told her, tell him for the Calabrian, what the hell does he know, right? So he invites me over to dinner, and it's almost like he can smell the voice coming out of my porch, right? So he asked me, he's like, Bobbie, Calabria, really? What part? If I'm missing a beat, I said the Lower East Side. Anyway, that's my time, Bobbie. Thank you very much.
Bobbie!